We are live. Welcome to the Rome Show. I got Mia here with me. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Definitely, absolutely, me too. So, for the people on my platform that don't know, can you tell them about your brand and a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so I'm a real estate agent, newly licensed this year to the Central California area. Right now, my goals are just pushing resources to a lot of the groups that haven't had the privilege of having them before. And that's been a big audience of mine with real estate.
Super dope. That's a hard job too.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
How old are you?
26. I just turned 26. Almost said 25 because I forgot. Yeah, just turned 26.
Young. What inspired you to want to become a realtor?
I was actually doing nonprofit work before this and another nonprofit agency. They were trying to get a first time homebuyers program off the ground. And I was like, I don't know anything about buying a home as a young adult. Let me just go get some free information. And the more that I started to learn, the more I started to understand the material, I just started to get inspired. And I was like, I think I can make a career out of this. I was trying to find my fit anyway. Nonprofit was cool. 9 to 5 was cool, but I was ready for bigger things.
Hear you, definitely hear you. Big things. Um, did you go to school or you like straight out the gate independent with it?
Yeah, so I played basketball at UC Merced. Got my bachelor's in sociology with a minor in psychology.
Super cool, super dope.
Yeah,
And you're a part of a team, right?
yeah. So with a brokerage, and then I have a mentor, and then there's two other newer agents on my team as well.
Super dope. Um, So for somebody who wanna become like a realtor, what's like a little bit of advice you could give them, like how to get started?
Definitely, I would say have conversations with people that do this on a daily basis. I think maybe what you see on social media or what you might see on TV is not accurate to what the day to day looks like. So have conversations with people that are doing this and have conversations with people that are the top agents in your area. You can Google that type of information. Find out what the big dogs are doing, make sure it lines up to something that you would actually see as a career. And then you just need to start working on your course, your license.
Super dope. What's like the lifestyle of like a realtor, like your morning routine, what you do like in the afternoon, a lot of meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah, so my morning routine, being a realtor can be so crazy on a day to day. I think it's definitely important. You got to check in with yourself first. I don't go on my phone for the first hour of the day. That's simply for meditation, hygiene, getting myself right before tackling the day. And I wasn't doing that at the beginning. It was straight to the phone, straight to texts and calls, and you just get burnt out so fast. So definitely check in with myself first in the morning. Once I've done that, get some exercise in. Now I sit down. Let's look at emails. Let's look at a to do list. Always trying to create new business. That's some part of the day called lead generation. You need to make sure you're constantly trying to get some new business under your belt. And then in the afternoons, I usually service the clients that I already have. Sometimes we go look at houses. I check in with them. We got to take another step forward in their application. So, new business and servicing the people I already have.
Sounds like a long, productive, busy day.
Yeah, it can be all over the place. You gotta also leave some gaps for flexibility. You're servicing people. People have work schedules. You got different clients with different needs. So I can't jam pack every day with a to do list because sometimes I got to service the community.
Right. And doing all of that stuff, how do you keep your balance to get your self time and balance for other stuff you want to do?
After I started real estate, I actually got a life coach because I was struggling with that a lot, the balance of the business. And now I have to be productive enough in my business that I can take off days. That's the goal right now. So if I do everything I'm supposed to, then for one day a week, it's no real estate. I might make a social media post, something quick, but I don't sit down and do work. That's how I keep my balance.
So you take like just like one day off completely.
I've only been successful at it one time, but we're getting there. If it's a couple hours off, it's really just scheduling me time, self care, that kind of thing.
Right. So what's a few things you do on an off day to make yourself get back on?
I like to get outside. That's one of my big things. In the area I live, you drive 20, 25 minutes. You can be completely surrounded by nature. So I like to do that at least once a week. I like to get my family time in, if that's, dinner, going out to eat, something like that, quality time with my people. And I'm really active. got to get in the gym, got to do a walk, run, that kind of thing.
Got to get outside. That nature is very important.
Calming. It's super peaceful.
Right. So being a realtor is how important is credit to you?
Oh, I have great credit. So it's not an end all be all. A lot of people are coming from a situation where they weren't even aware of credit before they started utilizing it. So I definitely try to teach people, don't allow it to be a boundary that sets you back forever. Um, it's a work in progress, but also it counts when it's time to start looking at big purchases. So take care of your credit. But if it's not right, put the plan in place to get it right.
Right. Got to get that credit right.
Yeah.
What's like if somebody wanted to buy like their first home, what's like the first few steps they have to do?
First, I would say talk to a professional. Don't talk to your mom, your dad, and your teacher. You need to sit down and talk to somebody that knows what they're doing, that's doing this on a daily basis. And a lot of people are scared because they think because I have a conversation with a realtor, that means I got to buy a house tomorrow. I had a conversation this morning and we put a 2-year plan in place. So you can't start from somewhere if you don't even have the basic knowledge. So step one is sitting down with an agent and figuring out your steps.
Good advice. What's a few new things that you're working on? You got any like new houses you selling and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I'm on a couple of projects. I have a listing coming up this weekend. We're going to be having an open house on Sunday. And then I showed properties yesterday to a potential buyer, and I'm writing up an offer for them after we get off this call. So I got a couple things in place right now.
Super dope. If you could talk about it, like what's like the most expensive house you sold?
I have only have one transaction under my belt. It was a $350,000 property. My very first open house was listed at $895 originally. So that was crazy to open house for that expensive of a property.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's like the biggest house you ever been in? Like how many rooms?
Ooh, I want to say the nicest property I've been in was 1.8 million. 4 bedroom. It was a nice house, but yeah, that's probably the biggest one so far.
Super dope.
A lot of the more, so if you see a property that has even in the millions, they won't allow you to see the property unless you can prove that that buyer is qualified to purchase it. So those more expensive properties, you're not even getting through the door unless you have somebody that's qualified.
Right. Can't even look at it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what's a few things that you haven't done yet that you want to do with your brain?
Ooh, I definitely want to continue to grow on social media. I want to, I need to get under my knowledge. I want to become bilingual. I feel like that's a community that definitely I'm realizing there's a lot of access to that I can't keep up with because I can't speak the language. And then I want to do my own like first time buyers workshop.
Super dope. Hope happens.
Yeah. Thank you.
Before we wrap it up, any advice you could give on life just to keep your vibrations high?
Yeah, I would say no matter what career you're in, the best tip I got was the best agent is a healthy agent. And I feel like you can take that into any avenue. Dollar signs don't matter if you're not okay. You got to make sure you are mentally and physically well on a daily basis to go out and perform your best. And it shows in your work.
Definitely. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's super cool.
Definitely. Maybe we could do another episode soon.
Yeah, let me know. If this short, I could do that kind of thing on a daily basis. So let me know.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.